ni school fees inti me no free SHS na me bank ho na wo na wo tax mpo wo tu asua no wo na wo ba no wo enjoy free SHS no you will get people that will not agree. Especially because the taxpayer nisika ni yede be ko dala yede be share free SHS no na say obi a no ye na yetua tax de nso obi tua kase sen bi into obi be tua kase na office ono de ono no you okay ntu no tua tax na kase into say wo be jimime tax na so de ko hwe obi ni ba wo ono secondary school free a you obi a no beti ase and we are in the era politics room anything I say fine we are dialogue on all the stakeholders na entiase embra. For now, because of the politics ye listen with it, those are the issues that will come. I follow the conversation, debate, before this issue, and these are the areas or Rebecca say, okay, certain schools, now certain schools, other schools, and one idea say we are trying to bridge the gap between the poor and the rich, where Fabrode Batum Chalk community no wo be yankwala mienu mianse bi because of free SHS at the moment wo betuma ba we girls wo betuma ba fantepe wo betuma ye no say ye yisa enu sufima they will not also have that benefit of perhaps enjoying some of the big school and we are still building a society of the rich and the poor because esikafo ne de won wo be yan ba okay free SHS no mimi krom agona yakom inti agwan yakom de na primary day school inti yakom for the one yakom school day student and then na ba ma show free na opese wo ba ne ba fantepim ya and they won you obi ampo fin yakom fi oten kwan so all ba fantepim because they don't have you will not get those from the rural areas to even come to this big school just to bridge the gap we are talking about so it is something they need to sit down properly but we again agree say echoke omanga na ama yesika sem ayebasa no enti two either say yen day schools no primary day schools aye kan ho asem na say kids okay yen day schools ni po free na board ni ya then we are equipping the day schools yema day schools na be attractive yema day schools na be schools obi abepese ni babeko the quality we are talking about na dey ni na so ebeko those schools say na be ya say okay say me ban onko day school onko day school and any na yata so okay that school na so mpono a teacher for ekuku dan wo ho wo infrastructure wo ho wo in account a wo modisua don ni na bi wo ho no nti I think said these are the considerations won a wo mo kwatena ase wo mo no ebobo ye education reforms na ni sama what nsema ye keke na to come up there
yeah but I'm sure I also na the ANC training in fact the chief auditor for AGBC ekofum and then Edin Common. Ghanaians accept the illusions and now free education should mainly focus on day schools or day students. Ghanaians accept that illusion.
That free education should be for
targeted the day students only.
So there should be after their dialogue, their conference, they should be able to come out and engage Ghanaians. Okay. Say this is what we have agreed on because. For now, people seem to have bought into the free SHS thing, and the people are going, despite the fact that there are challenges, which we all agree that there were huge challenges. So when they meet the stakeholders and they sit and discuss whatever conclusion, and some of them psyche and the reason why one more day now day school no what is it, how are they going to reform the day school, things that they are going to put in place to make the day school that attractive for obi on so percent day school, then we all move on. But for now I know if you raise that topic, a very sensitive topic, people because the politicians themselves have done politics with it, have played the politics with it, and of course the people, few of them have also come to understand and appreciate the free thing, the free SHS thing. So it will be difficult saying that you are taking it off, but whichever way they want to go, I think it will be in the good interest of Ghana. We'll decide whatever decision, and they should come back to us and let us know what exactly went into that. And so Mimi Banko day schooler, what is and then one more day to try to Banko day school open your quality education, and then all the 12 bridge the rich and the poor gaps because Fantipim school yen school and yet rich needing ban school into some member when you are 14 and now when you are 10 that's how you qualify to be at a Fantipim. That's a be an aminiska into mean between and mean to mean to and to honor or friend saying for brother Batum Choka. na obi so ne ba no no betumi tua no ya 20 mpunti no betumi tua no fa ne ba fa ntepema, then we are still building a class society, which I think will not be. But I think that, like I said, those who have been put at the helm of the affairs so far this conference are concerned, they are people who understand education, they are people who have lived it, and they are people who are within us, and they know all the issues we are raising. I know whatever decision they will come to know, it is something that will be of benefit.
For permanent side, as this phone record, I'm just pleading with them that no months now Accra on or movie beyond Accra. Cape Coast Academy, one call a year Takrade. All the regions also experience a year this a year forum, so that people will better be out in the day. Near adventure so about on board. Now to move began education sector and acronym. 20 minutes after 6 p.m. had a Coastal Television. If I call the next a year newspaper headlines, which happens to be the Daily Banner. The Daily Banner, we the Daily Banner. Now ye di home komakakra. Ye di home better do message so about 054-810-4213. 0454-810-4213. A lot of messages now about a very the messages in your house. We say enjoying the program very well from Cape Coast. A lot of the messages are here. Maybe the near Amambati Daily Banner. Actually, banner headline. Not say APD has many administrators, permanent staff. Mahama na Elekadama service. Martin Pebu also there. Also suspension of MPs not grounded in law. The maps now Alex. Okay, to champion public-private partnership and so on. But let's look at what happened in Parliament about the chaos during the vetting committee after vetting Sam George was supposed to progress to Minta Akando, which is the Minister Designate for Health. Back and forth about Honomo. After that, it has led to suspension of 4 members of Parliament. Respectable lawyer Martin Tubabo Basaka said this suspension is not grounded in law. I
think it's that no near who yen Casafoni so TV television so at the time I want more vet Sam George the subsequent year that's like Honorable Akando, that's the health minister designate. I don't know Bansana, the minister designate for foreign affairs. Now in fact now Nian I will share amanyefo ana young members of parliament yanim sifo ya to abamo se wo nkotena mbra shebe gomna wo mu ndedwuma mayen na wo hwe wo mu behavior wo mu puti apa na to me say na yefe oni ebinum kasa wo so adan normal esi wo other places enye ha e wo say ye compare ye ho with the better situations, not all the time the worst situations. They say I'm out for sharing Ghana for and Africa for now. They see us as the beacon of democracy in terms of the way we've comported ourselves, the way guiding young democracy now. People jealous us, so it is not time politics abewura we mu. Oshe vetting here course ya do baby mpa na to say it is even losing the essence and focus. Akoye baby to say revenge be akoye baby to say obi we mean you be na all trend say what time tsunami ba, and I don't think that is the essence of it. We share ebinum so ya won so mpo question na bo bi sebi question nimpo won bi sebi na ya no why bye bye na wo mu bisa are you okay are you okay I know you do well, but and that is not why they are there, but they have taken those and temples and it is politics. They've taken the politics here what they copy honoma any say you are there to vet the person, and the reason why ebinum so yes and say ebinum was side be one kasa, and the majority side for instance they will not really ask any questions a man for no one more person ka baby sir, and now you see the minority wanting to do that side of the job. That is how I say it. Okay. The minority wanting to do that side of the job of asking critical questions, but in so doing it do baby some of the questions they also want to ask now is supposed to be critical, no? To ask it becomes irrelevant. There are so many of the questions in their attempt to thinking that they want to ask the critical question because the other side are not asking the critical questions. They tend to be asking questions that are irrelevant. But whatever the case, it is the minority that you will see them asking certain critical questions of the nominees, because you will get the majority not even asking anything at all, or they will just liaise. And it is something that has been happening. The other side too, this side, and so during that time, you will see the then majority side. They will not also even ask any hard questions. They will be massaging the nominees and guiding them and all of that. So you see the minority also asking the hard questions. But that is the beauty of democracy. They are there. We expect them that they should be able to do the needful. They should be able to, on our behalf, ask the appropriate and critical questions that, of course, it is they are supposed to ask of the nominees, and not be massaging or not to be also asking some irrelevant questions as if you are out there to do some revenge. And those are some of the observations that have come up. But if you look at the behavior, what transpired, it is just unnecessary. And what was that? And one said they think they are tired, and they have agreed on a certain number. Well, sometimes, and the point is that you may have a case. The minority probably may have a case to probably put before the table, but it never warranted that. It didn't call for those distractions and so chaos. Now is see what. So Mufi said you have agreed on 3-4 people to vote. Now at the end of the Denver town, you have seen about 6 people being vetted. But when you have not agreed on that, they say they initially agreed on 3, then eventually they did 4, 5. Then they are still bringing in people. Fine. Boy, at the time it was over 9 p.m. So if you think you are tired, there's a nice way of raising the matter rather than what you did. So they think people are being smuggled in, and the people in question, Honorable Akando, they are people. They seem to have something to ask them. They seem to have some revenge. They want to revenge on some of the things. Be a woman can they have they have some those here be on them. So what's more
going on? Some of the videos they happen on Parliament and so. About to ask Miss
So Oceana say some sort of revenge they want to do, and if they allow say one more from bra at that time they were tired already, and they looking at the time they thought that they will not have enough time to be asking certain critical questions they want to ask. It's a fair decision. It's a fair concern to raise. So we raised this concern before them. Now I think there should have been a better way of raising those concerns, which probably I agree with them. But it doesn't warrant, or it never warranted you taking the law into your own hands and destroying the conference room and the facilities and so on and so forth. It was so wrong. It was so wrong. Something that I hope say it should not happen. This is what happened in the previous administration. Starting, we had 2-3 of such incidents.
The 8th Parliament.
The 8th Parliament. And they are importing the same situation into the 9th Parliament. I think that it is not something that we as citizens we should be condemning it, so that when they go back they will not continue such unruly behavior on our behalf any longer.
So is the suspension was it a right call for it?
Ordinary person, in my mind, I think that's it. But per the law and per their own standing, whatever, they think that it doesn't call for they being suspended. And if that is it, then what's supposed to be their punishment? Or in this case, when somebody behave in such a negative manner, if they think say Babin and our speaker only to say obe sanction na say obe suspend na embraben pan
if you are the idea which 8 Parliament during their first sitting they see you actually any punishment be the man damn call from
exactly.
So Becca and nothing and so lead up to this one is to AC now they are now on there. There's no law be they're supposed to suspend these people because during the first sitting in the 8th Parliament a big damn called new shade.
The fact that it be called the 8th Parliament, we saw it was worse than this. So if people were expecting saying Kasanshi be because now we should not allow that to continue. So if sanctions like this, ebema na womo emelo ana ebema na womo be civilized kakra quote unquote now in their behavior and their actions, I think that's the fact that it happened the previous year now when taking action be this time around we take action now if the action is in line with their standing orders, I don't see anything wrong with it. Except it is not in line with their standing orders. If it is not in line with their standing order, then they should come and tell us what are the sanctions that have been enshrined in their own standing orders. We should be meted out to people that misbehave in that house, in that law house, which we have asked them to go and represent us. They should let us. If they don't have anything at all, then it is about time they should put in something like that in their standing order, so that if somebody does anything which is contrary to what we have asked them to go and do there, that misbehavior, what they did here, then they should put in something in their standing order, so that if anybody does such a thing, that person will be sanctioned accordingly and according to their own law. But for now, the lawyers are debating. Many think that it is not in their law, so we shouldn't. Maybe it is harsh or whatever. People think that not all of them. There are other people that did some that they were not included, and it's only the NPP because they suffered 3 of their people, and then NDC had 1. So that has been the argument. They think that there were other people who also did that.
If a video now, even this for it should go beyond.
And then Ebemuke said there were probably others that were part of it that perhaps were not included. So if you share video, then that's then probably they are looking at those people. But whatever it is, I thought that the sanction was in the right direction. But in law, if the argument people are making, if Mr. Speaker Baben has no jurisdiction or has no right in their own standing orders to mete out that suspension to them, then I think that they should come out and tell us when somebody misbehaves like they did, what should be the sanctions. If there's nothing at all in their standing orders, I think that it's time they sit and of course put something like that in their standing orders to probably deter some of them from undertaking such unruly behavior in the law house.
Okay, actually, has a Coastal Television, the editors forum Nagusa Oceanum. About 32 minutes past the hour 6 p.m. You bet you and watching Kratoka Kaba. Yeah, by bet you also. Thank you. You have sports to deal with. You also have a year the tune for about the hill of project. So best touch and Skakani related to a central Cape Coast to precise. Yeah, some of our hospitals are in bad shape. Our traditional leaders also promote and such a year project in Cape Coast so that we can also have the best facilities. Yeah, but this year, many need some more theater based on my friends' levels. Yeah, but this year,
Fisherman graduate, and I can 1 year Coastal TV 514. You down you are Obu Asama Obu the wife the Jebel to Kraken. Nemo Sanjoda and Wolo Walla I kill. Thank you.
Where ni nonjo
Fisherman graduate, and I can 1 year Coastal TV 514. You down you are Obu Asama Obu the wife the Jebel to Kraken. Nemo Sanjoda and Wolo Walla I kill. Thank you.
Where ni nonjo.
Yo, attention, I'm a penny your medical. One for fire service, now why a critical. Coastal TV live on digital 514. Could your viper say so? And I'm a monster. Let's go.
Where ni nonjo.
Yo, attention, I'm a penny your medical. One for fire service, now why a critical. Coastal TV live on digital 514. Could your viper say so? And I'm a monster. Let's go.
Where ni nonjo.
Can tell you Coastal TV is now on digital. Catch it on 514. Watch Coastal TV, the best news.
Where ni nonjo.
Echo AUC can tell you Coastal TV is now on digital. Catch it on 514. Watch Coastal TV, the best news.
Where ni nonjo.
Echo AUC can tell you Coastal TV is now on digital. Catch it on 514. Watch Coastal TV, the best news.
Where ni nonjo.
Eba oye gwe man to mwa wo TV stations bebre ho want to say bia momoze no hwe Coastal TV na me ayado Coastal TV so ye ko digital na chele bibia wo bia e wotuma hwe nsem bia bere TV was baba nchichim bia ehia bia so was baba na nji sam bia so a mo waso ati na wo so etumi hu de obo yuma was amon se eba Coastal TV na baby papa obia ongodo hwe Coastal TV.
Parliament in a scaffold, dragging tables, and there's chaos. As you can see, a microphone just raised from the floor. It hit the ground. It has totally been destroyed, and there's a lot more people saying that should not happen. The majority leader currently in dialogue in the middle of the room with the majority and minority leaders and all the other persons. They say this will not happen. This will not happen. See in your shot, the microphone that was damaged, it hit the ground, and this, all this happening right in the middle of all this. Austin Game trying to calm things, and there's a violence, there's fight. This is literally two MPs at each other's net. Honorable Hassan Tampuli together with Roxy Nelson Dafemekwa pushing and pushing, holding each other's clothes as we speak, and their leaders are trying to separate them, and none of them will allow this to happen, and they've been separated as we speak. But this is chaos. This is a lot of very not so nice scenes as the marshals and other persons try to separate the conflict and the confrontation that is currently ongoing here at the appointment committee, where really not so much good scenes. The 9th Parliament is starting on not so good scenes so far. A lot of policemen walking in. Our policemen are walking in. A lot of policemen from the Parliamentary Protection Unit have now walked in, and they are trying to ensure that there is order and there is calm here ultimately for this process to happen. But this table has become the center of attraction, with MPs pulling and pushing with a lot of confrontation. Please pick it. Yeah. This is chaos. Well, as you can see, I mean, this MP says they will not allow these tables to be, the tables are literally being pushed and pushed, where the NDC MP is trying to rearrange the table.
About Coastal Television. This is the editors from before no Eko break no and if we need to have brand our share that was the Hill Okofanoche Hospital then in the who pictures no even like I said pictures no is very uncalled for the pictures no baby or her it's if you saw like we know did no fight check but there's been a innovation project agenda which is being spearheaded by Otumfo Osei to the second this year no the first part of it no everything is in nice place. I be moving some of alcohol no more, so that the next phase can also progress. This is the question that we are asking. Then what is also happening to our Metro Hospital in Cape Coast here? Because the state of the affairs over there no, and yet in the Cape Coast I can talk to the fact that it's not good. It's an editor, chief editor. The place is okay.
Oh, first of all, Yanka Kumasi the and then that's why Yanka and Wansem and we actually leadership.
Okay.
That's the difference. The leadership levels and Obia Yeni dear in Kakankaka, of your Confanoche teaching hospital, a hospital hospital a teaching hospital, honestly. I share a northern part no Kumasi de Bana. A dunia dimpa, yes, a binum befi, a hanum baby po alcoholum. Of course, for Central Region, Cape Yan teaching hospital in the Asia, the a month for D. Cote d'Ivoire, Nadina, Wabaha, Minimpa. But even a Heya Sumpone do baby, that's a specialist situation. You to me call a Kolebu, and sometimes we now share the state hospital, body or Casidum, at say, na baby a coco. We should the one windows ni ebubu na even tiles that say na the war why na hospital ye bia ye kokoje ayahwe na ye kokoje say ye kohwe say ye hu ebeto yen na say ahu beto wa ahudi what can say ahusiesie na ahudi ye ka ho asem because neatness na eyin na aka ho to koda hospital bi na say isu songo asum koda hospital na epopo bibi baby koda hospital bi and doesn't even help the healing process. Hospital from medical for at least they should be in a very serene, a very beautiful environment. We receive way no the way and or 2 4 or say to a second or ne pump for one more copy so much no near corner ye igwa santa man in masse igwa santa region in masse show hospital to them now almost she not baby now else work can and I was sure now make us say or the leadership bear and on or started so lead start at least one more in your baby and I'll share the way or 2 4 7 yanka say or 2 4 maybe an 11 and and yet the same to other in the way they were but what is important is only the process. What is important is only the process. The one ankasa the seed money be the twice. Now offer fair ne amount for associations are whole amanone ne even or for na wakane say asante funara ne even a gum and there are many people that won't fee 1 year asante for who contribute here. There were so many organizations, so many baby because of Otum for ne call into na womo support e ma yehunya yehu CCA into we say BBC na say the new to fame na yen community ni mu yen ya ye pimpam som na ye kan ye hu boma ye betumi aye but we betumi aye a ohia leadership ohia nkofo bi a wo bedi enim na won na wo be initiate bo say obi nya nko obeye but ohwe ade ne kese na ne pimpam so na mimiski ya de da we de be 30 billion no na mimiska kesekete de ehin na betumi aye enko bebia na wa relax ni odwen huna no so obi so odwen hu but when that was scanning ketenketen nti wo firi se enko hu bebia nti on baka kra na abie yi but wunya panin bi na odi anim se malankasa me ye ya panin amanfo trust so ye na titum se ade aye obi ambra ye pempam so me beboa na ye ndi sa adwumedi na se wo ye obi a wo mo manfo no wɔn nim sɛ wodi anim a ɛbɛyɛ ya wobɛnya result a otumfo enyan endu ne deɛ nipa wobɛkɔ ho sometimes wobɛnya mpo ma abro ne deɛ no won start yenti wo fi sɛ o na neetia no na ha deɛ na yɛ de but yɛn obi ma odi anim sɛ yɛn yɛ wei na wei ina ɛde ya adwin si ɛyɛ yɛn Metro Hospital Bakano wei hospital ɛno ina na ɛyɛ yɛn regional hospital before I serve the people of Cape Coast and obia nim sa hospital na suma asono yenya ntabetin pe ina yes
attention push from that
efi ba ntabetin yeja ho eya reho eye niwu eya reho ye niwu ima manfa ye Cape Coast so ya hwe ma ye Metro Hospital ye hwe ne tebia kodu sisi a eye afahye many nkofo bi ekueku bi womo gigi ska na ye fekeke womo start womo ye the some of the ward ni na the children's ward na dia meka ho I was integral part of it na ni sure na mani age wofa womo dem pomi ye fi womo din womo wo say ayiko bebe ye ku family ye bi womo ye wobegba na in fact adwumedi womo di wo ho no na ye ne so wode ye ba ebinom ye saa ba ye sese senya wonu mi ye na nkanka na obi aso de bemba we should have somebody coordinating this, somebody spearheading this. Say, okay, yes, a leader figure, be a prominent somebody that people respect in this community, in this people. Oh, believe this way. About to be do there were people who were accusing some of the MPs said went to me when making any initiative we are one for for nothing at all. Cape Coast are there and it be no more MPs now call some of the prominent people they are able to spearhead, they are able to Wamba governor and they are broachy or best support funds to support some of these things. Young had say yeah share my individual nana in kakan. But like you are saying, your leadership will be whether traditional leadership, whether political leadership, whether even individual somebody whom people know, whom people respect in this community. You feel says you tarnish now raise funds and now we can do it. Say yet na yen hospital keke ahena no ubisa amanyefo na ade na ne obaka no say na asase ni ha if you don't have land to do infrastructure, we don't have land to do anything yen de kaka no so so mu nya land so a ye so so mu tu ye ho hwe nim gwase you must mu ni land ye bibia na ye ni land na ye ni de nti Metro Hospital no so esi na ya weni tua ipoti no so yen tu entum ye ho hwe nti wo hwa na akoye bibia nka say wonku ampo be ye at least but obi lead a process ni solicit support te say na asante hini ye we ye na esi wo ya obi ebo na baso a ye ni age a ye de ye mfato humpo emi binumi nti ye bese pinifo wo kom ha ya ahemfo ye obi bia politicians a wo ha MPs ni mo akeka ho ni na no yantu ya de ba kope enene Metro Hospital wo ye ni ye man ha ebe easy pressure na ewo Ntabetin regional hospital no na nipa dodo na akọ hospital na function but nipa dodo mpo eninje se wo bekọ hospital o hwe the way aye na netibia ewo ma nti ya bese wo mombo a na ye na asen fa ya hu njim na ya hwe se
there's some part of the Cape Coast Metropolitan Hospital this is the accident emergency ward this place
look at it
easy.
Look at it. This is it, and it was in a similar state. Even confinated in Bonnet, kaka no some portion be some aspect be and woman church and my. The way they call my massa. When your baby, what Jaya some hotel said the environment a serene. Look at it, a serene environment that will be queer and when I yes say that's well a new tumpo ye new say why Cape Coast, one of the finest cities, one of the history. You can't talk about the history of Ghana without Cape Coast. Everything. And look at it. Look at it. Aye ni gwase. Nti ese nti amanfo hwe penifo hwe amamo hwe a woyan keka yen sase yen kan yen humbom na ye benye penim bi we die nim na ya start say we organize support and aye abrochifo. There are so many people wo in fifimantem wo baby. Aye special Cape Coast. Wo manane wo akwantum. Aye ding sometimes aye utu kwan uko baby na uko hihia wo ma na me Cape Coast na me Cape Coast. We sini dan wo Kumase, we sini dan wo nka. We say no oni dan po Cape Coast. Wo ba hotels no mo de dada ni wufo. Actually, we want to na meroba na wo fi Cape Coast na we kwesi dan wo Kumase we kwesi dan wo nka na ata se wo ba Cape Coast upa wonye baby that wo mba kwa na ye wani mbuade wani to na wo fi ha na holidays de wotumi kokuma so kwotena ho na wo kojeje ho we ne na aton ya so pam mpo fi kuma so na aba na wo konka na wo akosisi won dan na kasa mo mbra mo nko mo ntwa mo enim behwe mo nko na won kuma asefo no se wo kwa akwantum na wo konka na wo kwa ho na wo musisi won dan won kan a nka kuma se an yefe ma wo ni nje na wo so nkosi bi wo ho ye ni wu na won so ba no mo sesa na mo so mo baye mu ndie yie na ha so yefe na ma so mbra na ha so yehye na so yehye kuma se asante ni bia before be si dan won kan na we si dan won kuma se yende yam yekohun kan asem kwasefo bi yekohun kan no na yaka yemba gwa impo bi ni esisi dan wo ho edu afasha ni abepe hotel bi ni abede hotel na ponde saba so mo hwe wo ye prominent person na we need down na bakwa be ma baby nda obedi afasha ma baby nda. These are some of the things we need to do radically to ensure say we will get the support. They are there, they are rich people. Ye won 44 sabe wo ye adwuma papa wo titi bi din na hu bi a wo se be fem one more time, one more year, other croye, what they want Sika, one yama woman the share, baby, no more jacket kusa. What's the best? It's about time. Yeah, best sense a woman now back. No matter support him and Yaman getting kitty saying, it's my kekos so walk what the uncle, when the kekos we are denga ending won't be. Sure. But what kind of day? What can I some people could baby and I watch okay? Because you didn't say you walk on would do. Why? Yes, sir, one bra, no county and I am build the Cape Coast man.
We have barely 9 or 4 minutes to end a energy na yakwana say let's take around 9 minutes. We na energy media na abbey. But before that, no say about from Kaka. Na ya share the political aspect, the trending news, everything. Yambra, never share ya akudin semu. Over the week, and as last week, so na ya Mampeni. Ebo Kofi Adams din as the Minister of Sports designate. Now no Minister of Ministry of Sports and Youth, Abba Ministry of Sports and Recreation. He's going to be the first minister at the Ministry of Sports and Recreation. There has been a lot of misspellings. This is not a person that we're expecting the Onankoko lead this Ministry of Sports, and people mention some names and a whole lot of things. But walk on the veterinary. Then the vetting, as more kind, there was a no blank check. Kofi Adams vows to review Black Star spending and appointment. No blank check. Kofi Adams vow to review Black Star spending and appointment. Do you support or you second what Kofi Adams is saying?
Well, yes.
Before that, before you know, ne appointment or ne rule, ne call to become the Minister of Sports and Recreation, were you expecting this call?
I wasn't expecting Honorable Kofi Adams to be heading that portfolio, another ministry. Of course, I, for one, minim the background, I, for one, minim personally. Okay. When then I transferred 20 years ago, when then I transferred discussions here at Radio Central, at the time, we call program Issues in Development. Okay. Honorable Kwamna Dankamo, we sit like this, we are having, this is way back. Before or moving into politics, for that's Professor Moses era and minimum say or you be in terms of sporting, but youthful person be there. When you say sport, dear, a womujima when Bejobana minim say or ye that committed football or sports fan be or to me when you that position, but that is it. I was expecting.
Who are you tipping?
I was expecting somebody like our friend is saying me young colleague back when in GBC or is now is also honorable member of
Raga.
J Raga. No, not from Cape Coast. Okay. No, I wasn't. Okay. I'm talking about the MPs. Those that we were expecting say Kawobenya appointment maybe. But Randy Abe's name also came about. We thought that immediately Randy Abe got the GFA board chair, that position, I knew he cannot go in there and handle the sports ministry. And again, given Randy Abe new relationship with Kurt, no, then if you do the permutation, having gotten this one, so it was going to be difficult for him. But at least expected Honorable Kofi Adams to be about, be that is as it is, abiding him. And sometimes it is not just about knowing so much about even the sport, it's administration. And there are people who know the sport who can guide you. What it is that when at the ministry, issues were and Ubibaka, one should no one will be a scapegoat. But Oyobia with the politics, we hunya ekoso from Isa Adams ne wanga okeke ka hu na scandals upon scandals ekwa want to me 1 year near baby even last administration we kai Haji Dio say when I was deputy minister of sports at the time that
this scandal Australia
yes of Australia and those things. So there's no any I can count about 1 or 2 that perhaps one more call honoma yente sa ebia on. Yeah, Bompai say it's not just about even knowing so much of the sport, but at least being an administrative person, knowing the football, knowing the system, and knowing how to, of course, move it. So if he says that he's not going to give them blank check, because it looks like we've over concentrated our attention on the Black Stars and again football to the detriment of the other sporting activities, and we call it less sporting. So lesser sport and football and Black Stars for so many years we've never seen any tangible anything from them. So it probably if you should leverage on other sporting areas, we may even be getting something tangible, something better from that side. And well, that is not to say we should relegate football, because football is our passion, but we should also look at other side. Anytime Abakobiane is kasem, now. FIFA issues. You cannot enter here. Government cannot cross interfere. And those jargons, if you are money, no, this one would be the Obe we and same baby we discuss. We are going to say FIFA rules. No one to me, but yet you support them. Sika every be a budget a womu chama won omodi ye and budget wo chama so ne kesen so na ekọ na we na baka chen say FIFA does not support say aban on interfere. I don't understand. So say one way me now I am sure say he's been briefed that he's in Ghana. He's a youthful person and you know what is happening, and probably he's taking cue from things that have happened. So what I am praying is that more on kwashakwana more will be in your into anything that will be scandalous. But for now, he can be the hope of our sporting or our football now, and even the sporting fraternity, they are looking up to him. He is a youthful person. We hope that very credible, not many better film now allow office for no bimpo can say can before but this position no I said do call antwa now call is swear would the about to say
a cash cow a place to
get exactly.
Anytime.
Exactly. Yeah. Ukoho now you're credible. Then ukoho now ukita integrity. Then we your least mistake. Obegu hu ani mase. Nti e bese so okono trust our dear man no minim ni abia na o mapenya na akasa. Mo nkono nkogu no hu ani mase. Mo nkona onkoyembo. Na mbom de nhihye a on esini ni so ana insakra ana insakra opeso de ba sports ministry hono. On fembra na onumpo on beye at least one of the few persons akasa.
Okay, I think Nipa Penia Isakano and then editors from the first edition of Coastal Television, a friend of Mr. Kingston and Abu chief editor Emma a year GBC, and also happens to be the GJA General Secretary for the Central Region. I said you made near BC, made in some theater, but take note, Coastal TV happens to be one of the finest TV stations and the number one TV station you have in Central Region Cape Coast. This is the best place for you. For what you made in your brand name, Mohundirumao, na Amansania and Tonka. What's my phone number, which is 0244 026 432 0244 026 432. What's my phone number? Now only penny for the Edding command. Now would you made in a Bohundiru, now Bohundiru, Kama Adama Hasi. They're starting from our own our own editorial, which was the Galamsey going on in some part of the Ashanti region. We touch on it, we move on to hit on some of the news trending in the newspapers, Daily Graphic to Daily Analyst to Daily Guide, then look at the Graphic Sports. Edinia Abramo has seen a Jumidi and ABC once again, made in the Samuel Kwesiata. As like I said, and Koma, executive producer, Professor Banfu AG. On this note, Yakrom near Besen Eshabio. Bye bye.
Shaman graduates. I can one way Coastal TV 514. You down Obu Asama Obu the wife DJ to Kraken. Nemo Sajoda and I walla I kill. Thank you.
Where ni nonjo.
Say eba oye gwe man to mo. TV stations be ho. want to say obiara momozi no hwe Coastal TV na me ayadom Coastal TV so ye ko digital na chede bibia e wo bia e wotuma hwe nsem bia bere TV a was baba nchichim bia ehia bia so was baba na nji sam bia so a mo waswate na wo so etumi hu de obo yuma was amon se ba Coastal TV a na bebe papa obiara ongodo hwe Coastal TV.
Where ni nonjo.
Se eba oye gwe manto mu a wo TV stations bebre ho want to say obiara momozi no hwe Coastal TV na me ayadom Coastal TV so ye ko digital na chede bibia wo bia e wotuma hwe nsem bia bere TV a was baba nchichim bia ehia bia so was baba na nji sam bia so a mo waswate na wo so etumi hu de obo yuma was amon se ba Coastal TV a na bebe papa obiara ongodo hwe Coastal TV.
Where ni nonjo.
Se eba oye gwe manto mu a wo TV stations bebre ho want to say obiara momozi no hwe Coastal TV na me ayadom Coastal TV so ye ko digital na chede bibia wo bia e wotuma hwe nsem bia bere TV a was baba nchichim bia ehia bia so was baba na nji sam bia so a mo waswate na wo so etumi hu de obo yuma was amon se ba Coastal TV a na bebe papa obiara ongodo hwe Coastal TV.